It's Halloween, girl. So let's get into a spooky look. And when I say spooky, I really mean baddie, but pretending to be spooky, okay? Because we don't do all that bloody stuff. Let's get into the look. This is the piece that you cannot buy. Stand me in love that you cannot mix. One is the joy that you cannot waste, and the other one price that you cannot fix. This is the piece that you cannot buy. Finding a way when you cannot see. Man with this system you cannot pray. I need to find belief. But behind my mind it runs. All these stuff. Hi queens, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Alex Brenae. If you didn't already know, and if you didn't already know, that means you are new here, and I just want to say welcome on into the Halloween glam party. Okay, so girl, first things first, I know I've been MIA, sister, okay? And there are several videos that are coming. Yeah, I just gotta get there, okay? But I really wanted to get this video out first because, girl, Halloween is Friday, okay? So I had to get this one out quicker than the other ones. I wanted to recreate this Halloween look that I saw on Kiki Adams' TikTok. She is a very talented makeup artist. She does really great looks. I don't have all the products to be doing all that spooky, super duper scary Halloween makeup, but I'm like, this one I can achieve. I just need a little black eyeliner, okay? First, we're gonna get into prepping the skin. We're definitely doing eyes first because we have to do like a really major cut crease, wing liner, whole type of thing. So I first went in with my brows, and then I am carving my brows out with a super light concealer. Like, this is the closest thing I have to white, but I'm also gonna use one that's closer to my complexion to kind of fade in the inner corner so I can have a nice gradient effect. It's also very important in this look to have separate brushes for basically everything because you don't want all those colors to mix too hard. Like, you want the super bright color to stand out. So I went back and forth between my two different brushes so I could keep it kind of separate. But we're gonna go into the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette, and I'm gonna set the white concealer with like a white eyeshadow on my brow bone just to, like, you know, start setting the space, getting ready for my cut crease. Now I'm going into the Morphe 35B palette to get this white eyeshadow. This one was a little bit closer to the color that I wanted for setting my brow bone, so I'm just putting that on top. Now going back into the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette, it's time to start building out this crease, okay? Now, I don't know why I was so scared of this. Like, I just felt like I was picking the wrong colors. It seems like hers was a little bit more cool tone. I'm like, girl, I don't know if I got the right colors. But we're doing the best we can with what we got, and a brown is a brown is a brown, okay? So just pick your shades of brown that you want. It doesn't have to be exactly like mine or like hers or whatever the case. Mine was definitely a little bit different, but it came out cute. Now, I have done a million cut creases in my time, but I had her tutorial playing the entire time because I'm like, I just want to make sure I'm doing these layers in the right order. So she definitely noted to make sure your eyeshadow is aiming up towards your temples because we're creating a cat. So we want that real, you know, sultry cat eye. We really want to have it cut to the gods. So you want to make sure your eyeshadow is aiming towards your temples so that way your liner can aim towards your temples and your eyes can still appear very open. Now dipping into the Morphe 35F palette. I feel like this palette had more cool tone browns and it had a lot of deeper browns. So I'm like, let me go ahead and pull this one out because I really wanted my cut crease to be deep around the cut. Now, this look took me quite a long time, and most of the time was spent blending, okay? You have to make sure your colors are fading together nicely, but still standing out at the same time. I like to go in with a clean brush just to kind of diffuse the product into one another. I don't add any more product to this one. I'm just simply blending with this brush. Now remember, this is not your ordinary makeup look. We are trying to be a tiger. So girl, I almost forgot. You gotta add some orange up in here, okay? So I went into the orange and the yellow shades out of the Jaclyn Hill Morphe Volume 2 palette, and I'm just adding some color because girl, we're trying to morph into a tiger. So get reality out the window. Okay, now I added a lot more yellow. I feel like it was helping the orange blend into the brown. I feel like we was turning into a tiger a little bit. I was starting to see the vision. So now I had to just keep playing with different tones of brown to make sure I built up my eyeshadow the way I wanted it to be. I also wanted to make sure my inner corner was contoured enough so that when I cut my crease, it really is like a dramatic cat effect, okay? So you really just gotta go back and forth, pick your colors. Now when it comes to cutting this crease, girl, I was so nervous. I'm using that same Tarte Shape Tape concealer and a small detailing brush to just try and carve out my crease the best of my ability to look like a cat. Okay, that's the thing. I'm trying to look like a cat. I'm trying to look like a feline. So that's where the challenge was coming in my mind. Now in her tutorial, she kept stressing how the cut crease didn't have to be perfect. But girl, I didn't take that seriously. I'm sitting there trying to get it perfect. I'm sitting there trying to do it like a math equation. I wanted them to match and I wanted them to be my desired shape. Now, did I 100% nail it? Not necessarily, because one of my eyes was acting real crazy and it wasn't matching up. But I did the best I could, okay? So I'm gonna tell you like she told me, it doesn't have to be perfect, but get it as close to your version of perfect as you can. So I'm going back into the 35F palette and I'm gonna use this peachy nude shade to start packing it on the concealer and setting that lid space so we can move on. Because girl, the eye really took me through there. It took me a very long time to get this eye together. Now I know it's chopped up for the video, but girl, it took me a while. Now here is when things started to get a little bit rocky for me. I feel like I messed up when I was laying down the peachy nude color, so I went back in with the darker shade to try to redefine the crease, but then I went too far, and so then I took some more concealer to try to clean it back up, and girl, then it just got gooky. This is really where I messed up for real. I should not have gone back in with concealer on top of those eyeshadows. But you live and you learn, okay? It's still gonna turn out cool, but that's really where I messed up at. Do you see how it's starting to look a little patchy? So I'm like, girl, what is happening? But at the time, I didn't realize that I had messed it up with the concealer. Really, I started layering too many textures together and it started getting blotchy when I added another eyeshadow color. I'm just like, what's going on? Like, I really contemplated like taking the whole eye look off. Like I was gonna just like take a makeup wipe and clear out the cut crease and redo it because it was just looking so blotchy. Like it was so patchy and it was pissing me off. But girl, I ain't have time to be redoing it. And I'm like, girl, you're going to a kid function. It's okay. It's gonna be fine. So we pushed through. I was so irritated at this point, but I'm like, girl, you gotta move on. So it's time to add the white eyeshadow in the inner corner to really help brighten up the center of the face because like I said, gotta remember, we're trying to look like a tiger. So the center of the face needs to be super, super bright white. Now moving on to the wing liner, I'm gonna go in with Anastasia Beverly Hills Pot and Jet. Now, this is a really good eyeliner, but I don't have the right brush. I don't know where my eyeliner brush was, so it was really messing up. It was dragging along my eye and not being precise. So I went in with my liquid eyeliner that I just picked up from the store so I could go ahead and just do my wing. Now, I did not want to use this eyeliner for the wing because I was trying to save this for my tiger stripes. Because girl, eyeliner runs out quick, especially when you got to color in some stripes. So I'm like, oh gosh, I hope I don't run out, but we had to get the wing right. So now that we have both of our wings, I'm not saying they twins, but they're close enough. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up underneath the wings so we can get started on our skin. I'm gonna use the Makeup by Mario foundation. I chose this one because it's pretty dewy. I was trying to consider the hydration on my skin because I am gonna have to, like I said, set with a lot of powder and I'm gonna end up looking matte, but I ain't wanna feel matte, if that makes sense. Now this concealer is super, super bright. It's the one that looks almost white. I would never traditionally use this concealer under my eyes like this, But baby, we are, like I said, we want the center of our face to be super, super bright like a tiger. So just remember, this is Halloween makeup. We're not going to the mall, okay? Now, just to help make everything blend, I'm gonna go in with Cream Brulee. It's a foundation stick by Bavanti Cosmetics. I'm gonna go with that right underneath the white concealer. Now, this one is still pretty light. It's something more so that I would use on a regular basis, but I just needed that to kind of use as a gradient between the super light concealer and the orange that I'm about to put on my cheeks. Now, Juvia's Place concealers are super pigmented, so no, this is not like a Halloween face paint, but girl, this blush is going to do the trick to make my cheeks orange, I promise you. If I add a lot, baby, I'm gonna be orange. So I'm using that to begin contouring my face. Now, in Kiki Adams' video, she brought the girl's contour down pretty far with the orange. So I was initially concerned, like, well, girl, if my orange is where my traditional contour would be, I'm gonna run out of face when it's time for me to put the brown contour. But I ended up working it out. Also, you want to make sure you're using separate brushes for every single color. Like the orange product I was using had a brush, the white concealer product I was using had a brush. You want to make sure you're separating everything so that way it doesn't blend in the wrong spot. Now, at this point, I was starting to feel myself. I'm like, okay, I kind of see the tiger coming out of her, okay? It's kind of giving cat. Now, at this point, it's just all about blending, okay? So take your time, do it right. You can do it, baby, but just don't do it all night, okay? Because, girl, this was taking me literally all day at this point. Don't be like me, be quicker than me. So I'm just gonna clean up my wing with some more concealer because I really want that wing to be super sharp, okay? I want her to stand out and cut somebody. Okay, so now I'm moving on to the actual brown contour. I'm going in with a Juvia's Place liquid bronzer in Rich Cocoa. Now, like I said, this is pretty far down for a contour for me, so I was getting a little nervous, but girl, it's gonna all work out in the end. Now, after I did that contour, I did have to go in and clean it back up with the cream foundation stick by Bavanti, and I'm just trying to round out that highlight. I don't know, girl, that's what she said during the video, is to round it out, so that's what I did. So at this point, it's all about blending, just making sure I'm paying attention to all those tiny details. Girl, I should have pulled up a picture of a tiger, but I was just doing anything on the nose. Now it's time to go ahead and set all this concealer. So I'm using my Derma Blend powder because it's the lightest powder I have, and I didn't really want it to add any color to this super bright concealer. Now let's get into the fun part. It's time to start adding the orange to my face. So I'm going to basically place lots of oranges on my cheeks to kind of set that contour, you know, quote unquote, that I did. And then also kind of moving into like the blush area. So I'm using different shades of orange. And then I'm also going to use my Fenty Beauty Mocha Mommy to set the actual brown contour that I did. This was pretty fun. This is when I started seeing it really come to life for real. And I was like, wait a minute, I need some yellow too. I feel like I need to mix in a little bit of yellow, same way I did with my eyeshadow, to just pull it all together. And this was perfect. I was mixing eyeshadows together to get my desired shades, and I love the way this part came out. Now at this point, I actually put white eyeshadow underneath my eye. I feel like I needed it, okay? I was really trying to keep it bright, and that Derma Blend powder just was still a little bit too natural. Now, I have always wanted to do like the whole like inner corner wing thing, but I've always been scared. I'm like, I just don't know if I should try it. But this look required it, okay? So I tried it, and now I think that I want to do it every single time I do my makeup. Like, I literally love the way it looked. I thought it was just so fierce, girl. So yeah, don't be scared of that thing. Whatever that thing is that you want to try, but you scared, just do it, girl. Now it is time to get into the tiger stripes. Now, girl, I was shaking in my boots, okay? Because for one, I was scared I was gonna run out of eyeliner, and I kind of did. And plus, this is the scariest part because you just did all this work to get everything else done and blended. And if you screw these lines up, you literally are screwed. So, but don't think too hard into it. Like, literally, I was just squiggling on my face. It does not have to be perfect because tiger stripes literally are not symmetrical or perfect or like literally just do anything. So girl, here comes the really scary part with this eyeliner is coloring the stripes in because I needed a paintbrush. Like I literally needed a bucket of eyeliner and a paintbrush to make them perfect the way I wanted them in my head. But this little baby brush, the eyeliner was running out. Like, girl, I don't know. I'm not sure which eyeliner would be best for this because the brush matters, but also the formula is super important. So, girl, pick your best hitter, pick your best black eyeliner, and get busy.
Gonna take Kaya to the tree of life. You have your tiger costume!
Do you like it?
I love it! You're a tiger now!
Yeah.
That's what you look like!
Do you like it?
You're a tiger!
Oh.
Just like he was a tiger.
Yeah.
You have a tiger. You're a tiger now!
Yeah. Do you like it?
I love it!
Oh, thank you.
You're just like Shere Khan.
Yeah. Is it cool?
Your stripes just look like the your stripes just look like Shere Khan stripes.
Yeah. I'm almost done and then we're gonna get to go, okay?
Are you like Shere Khan?
Yes. Girl, as bad as I was struggling with these stripes, trying to color them in, writer's reaction made this all worth it. I was so happy that I did this because I almost didn't. I was like, girl, are you really gonna do this makeup for this fall festival? But I was so glad I did because his reaction was priceless and he was so proud. Like when we went to his fall festival, he was telling everybody, look at my mommy's tiger makeup. He was so proud. And that just made my heart so warm. So yeah, even though this look wasn't 100% perfect, it was perfect to me. Now, girl, the neck, I just about gave up, okay? Because I had already put lotion on and stuff. So, like, my neck was oily, girl. And I was really running out of eyeliner at this point. So, girl, just ignore the neck stripes. Oh my gosh, y'all. This is the completed look. What do y'all think? Hold on, there's lines on my face. Girl, sorry the lighting is changing. But anyway, this is the finished look. I'm pretty proud of it. Like, I'm proud. I do definitely have some flaws in the look, but I'm very proud. I do like it. I do like it. Okay, so y'all let me know what you think. Next time, if I were to try this look again, I do know the things that I would do differently. So this is all a learning experience and about trusting the process. But yeah, I think it turned out pretty team. Just call me Tony the Tight Girl, okay? Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. It was something a little different for us over here, but it was fun. So yeah, I'll see you in my next video, which will be a lot sooner than later, okay? Girl, bye. I really need time. I really need a friend.